everyone, my name is Ashley Patrick and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm a wife. I am a mother to an amazing toddler boy. I am a pastor at one of the greatest churches in the city of Richmond, Virginia, Liberation Church. Shout out to Liberation Nation. I am a mentor to women from all walks of life, specifically passionate about women in ministry as well as pastors' wives. And lastly, I am a financial coach. I believe that one cannot reach their God-given potential if they are bound by debt and poor financial decision making. So if you're new here, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. I love to welcome you into my world and you to get to know me a little bit better. So today, this is my very first YouTube video. And today I simply want to share what quarantine taught me. 3 things that quarantine taught me. We are in the midst of unprecedented times. We're in the midst of a season in our life that we've never experienced before. If anybody could have told us this, we did not have a roadmap for it. We didn't have a blueprint for it. And to many, it is a time that is very tense, very uncertain, very stressful. And it's just a time that if we be honest, we would like to say, let's just pinch ourselves and wake up from this dream. But we are here. And we know that nothing catches God by surprise. We know that everything happens for a reason. And so therefore, I don't want to talk about doom and gloom today because I'm actually grateful, as ironic as that sounds, for this time of quarantine. My heart goes out to all of the families that have been impacted by COVID-19. My heart goes out to everyone that has lost a loved one due to this virus. And so I don't want to slight that a lot of people have had a negative experience with this pandemic. But if I be honest, this time of quarantine has been one of the best things that has happened for me and my family in a long time. And I want to share 3 things that I've learned from quarantine. Are y'all ready to go? Again, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and stay with me till the end because I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what you'll be able to experience by following me on my journey of YouTube. Okay, so let's get into it. 3 things that quarantine taught me. Number 1, quarantine taught me that slowing down is not the same as not producing. Slowing down is not the same as not producing. We live in a culture that we are just addicted to busyness. We're addicted to the rat race of life, and we associate success and productivity with busyness. And I have found that during this time that I have slowed down, I've actually been the most productive I've ever been in probably my adult life. This quarantine allowed me to really slow down, to reset, to refocus, to refresh myself, to reassess my priorities, to reevaluate what it is I'm supposed to be doing in this season, to be creative in my approach, and really hear from the heart of God. So many times we are busy with no productivity. I liken it to a hamster wheel. You know, the hamster wheel, that hamster can get going and the hamster's not going anywhere, but that wheel is going faster and faster. And oftentimes we are on a hamster wheel in life and we are assuming that we are doing good. We are assuming that we're doing the right thing. But sometimes we're pulled in so many different directions and we consume our lives and we consume our schedule with stuff and being places and doing things and being there for everybody else. And in this time of quarantine, we've had no other choice but to slow down, to reset, to reassess, to reevaluate. And I believe the Lord intentionally slowed us down to really allow us to hear from Him concerning areas in our life that we need to improve upon, concerning what it is we should be really focusing on, and concerning our future. And so number 1, slowing down is not equivalent to not producing. Number 2, Your next level is going to require a confrontation with comfort. There is nothing comfortable about your next level. There's nothing comfortable about the assignment that's on your life. There's nothing comfortable about success. There's nothing comfortable about achieving and striving to achieve for greater in your life. I don't know about you, but I'm not content with where I am. I know that there's greater in me. I know there's more that God has for me to do. I know that my voice matters, and that's part of the reason why I started this channel. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a confrontation with comfort right now. This is not something that I wanted to. This is a very unfamiliar lane for me. I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Shameless plug. If you're not following me, make sure you head over to Facebook, Ashley Patrick, at Lady_Liberation RVA. The point is, this right here is a confrontation with comfort. I had to go through a whole lot of mental changes to launch out on YouTube. I had all these questions. Well, who wants to hear what I have to say? Who is gonna subscribe? Who is gonna want to listen to my content? And here's the other caveat. The Lord spoke to me and said, even in a saturated market, you are still necessary. And I want to encourage you today that no matter what it looks like around you, yes, YouTube is saturated. Yes, the business that you want to start, everybody else is doing it. But if the Lord placed it on your heart to do it, success will follow your obedience. You have to trust what God placed in you and stop looking at what everybody else is doing. Stop looking at the blueprint that everybody else has done. Stop looking at success based on what everyone else around you is doing. And a lot of times, if we be honest, we use social media as a guide to what we should be doing in life. We see success in somebody else's life and automatically we want to reproduce it because they've seen success. And that leads to my third point. The third thing that the Lord has shared with me and taught me during quarantine is that there is a custom blueprint for your purpose. It's a custom handmade design for your life. And so quit looking around at what everybody else is doing. Stop looking at what somebody else has done to give you the blueprint for the roadmap of your success. There may be people that have gone before you that have had success in similar lanes, and it's okay to draw from and glean from their success and their model if they've done it well. But what God has done in you and what He's placed in you is unique to you. No one else has ever done it before. No one else can beat you at being you. And you just have to come in agreement with what God already said. A lot of times we shun our uniqueness because we've never seen it done before. It's a scary thing when you try to launch out and you know what God placed in you, but you've never seen it done before. It hasn't been done in your bloodline. And so it can be a scary thing to try to step out and do something that is very unfamiliar. And I want to leave you with this. Even if you are afraid, do it afraid. I've been watching this guy named Sean Cannell. Shout out to him. He's a YouTube genius. And one of the things that he always says is, you got to have a confrontation with fear. You got to just punch fear in the face and just do it. And so that's what I've done today. I punched fear in the face and I pressed record. And my prayer is that as you are following me on this journey of YouTube, this new venture for me, that you would be encouraged, you would be uplifted, you would be strengthened. My goal in life is just to help uplift and encourage women, help mothers, help pastors' wives, to just walk this walk and fulfill your God-given purpose. And so if you are here with me today, thank you for watching my very, very first video. So what to expect in the future? So I'm going to be sharing all things faith. So I'm going to be encouraging you. I'm going to be sharing my journey, my testimony that I have walked. I walked through some fire. I've walked through the floods. I've walked through some adversities. I've overcome some hard things. And so if I can share my journey with you to help encourage you to strive for a deeper relationship with God and to not give up, I'm willing to be vulnerable for you. The other thing I want to share with you is my family. During this quarantine, those of you all that follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you all see that I have poured myself into my family during this time. I have a 21-month-old toddler who is growing daily, and I have adopted a Montessori style learning environment at home for him, and he is growing by leaps and bounds. So I want to just share some of my journey of some of the things that I'm doing with him to encourage other moms. I know it's a hard time for moms right now because we are at home with our children and we have to get creative. There's a lot of uncertainty with daycares and schooling now, and so if I can encourage you in any way, I don't claim to be an expert, but I am passionate about education, especially the toddler age. So I want you to follow me on this journey because I believe you will gain some great nuggets of advice and encouragement and fun learning activities for your toddlers. And lastly, finance. As I stated before, I believe that one cannot fulfill their God-given destiny bound by debt and poor financial decision making. I am a financial coach. I worked at a nonprofit organization as a financial coach to low-income adults to help them reach financial self-sufficiency. I also was in corporate banking for many, many years, and so I am passionate about financial freedom, specifically in the body of Christ. And so I'm going to be sharing some best practices and tips on here to encourage you in your journey of being a good steward over the resources that God has entrusted to you. So again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because I want you to come on this journey with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to share my life with you. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.